do now is actually we talked about the put call parity, which is a way to actually see how the calls and the options or the put options are actually all tied together. What I want to do now, and this is going to it's going to take quite a few sessions, is I want to talk about a process, a method by which you can actually price out the options, the call options as well as the put options, regardless if it's American or European options. And one of the ways of doing that is through the binomial option pricing model. And it's probably not one that you've heard of. Many people have, especially if you've worked with options. Most people are familiar with the Black-Scholes, and Black-Scholes, that equation is simply the way the way it's actually gotten to is by taking the binomial model and really when you look at the range of the beginning date to the expiration date, when you use a binomial model, it's actually you're going to break up that range into discrete amount of times. And and when you take that to the a very small limit, you end up getting the Black-Scholes. It's almost like taking the uh, the discrete times that you want to get to very small amounts. When you take that to almost like infinity, you get the Black-Scholes model. And by taking them to infinity, you're basically taking them to very, very, very small increments. The binomial model is actually, like I said, it's a discrete time model to value the options. And what you're doing is you're actually building a tree of price movements up and down. And the range is based on the beginning date, the current date, and the expiration date that you're looking at. And what you do with that range is you actually break it into very small increments of time. And for each one of those increments of time, there is going to be a movement, a potential movement in the price of the stock, of the security, either up and down. And that price movement is going to be based on the basically the volatility of what the stock had based on prior sessions. But again, that's not always a good indicator of what it's going to be in the future. But I mean, that's what you're going to be using. And again, it's useful for American as well as European options, and it's a lot more flexible actually than the Black-Scholes, especially when you want to do an early exercise of the option. And again, I'll have other sessions following this one, and we're gonna focus on the equations and how to actually build it and how to actually do it. And we'll actually go through an exercise of actually pricing out an option.